Hello everyone, here psst.one. Today another interview. We had the opportunity this summer to interview Stapleton before her world premiere of the audio video performance with Eomac at Krake Festival in Berlin. She is an artist based in Dublin and she is the owner of Goldmoth Media. But she will talk about it, so enjoy! How did you start to make visual?
I started making visuals. I studied TV and film in Ireland, and then I went over to Wales and I got a degree in TV and film, but I didn't learn any visual effects stuff or anything in the course I was studying in or anything like that. So it was really just something that I learned by myself. And yeah, it's because of the projects I wanted to make and stuff like that I got into using After Effects and doing live visuals and stuff like that for my own projects and stuff like that. And for friends I have, like artists and musicians, and they didn't really know how to kind of express themselves visually. And I'd kind of just bounce ideas off them and stuff of stuff they could do that I had maybe learned. And that's how I kind of started my visual business, Goldmoth Media then. So that's how I got into that after college.
What do fascinate you about the visual?
I don't know. I just wasn't interested. I like manipulating visuals. I like treating them in a different way rather than just straight on filming something. You know, there's something really beautiful about that, organic, just filming something, but I kind of just wanted more, and I wanted to affect things and learn how to do it, and compositing things into shots that weren't there and stuff like that. And it just took an interest, and taught myself how to animate and stuff like that, because I just wanted to make that sort of stuff. And I guess I'm impatient as well, and I don't like waiting for people to show me things. So I'm like, I can figure this out, So I always try and just figure, if I have an idea, I nearly always just start there and then. If I have something in my head, I try and just try and make it happen and try and learn how to do it at the same time. Jumping into the deep end and just figuring it out. That's kind of how I work, so.
We're here in Krake Festival. You will present tonight the audio-video performance with Eomac. How did you get in touch with him? What the performance talk about?
So me and Eomac, we got in touch, I'd say about 2 years ago, I think it was, when he was looking for someone to shoot a video for him for Temple of the Jaguar. And we're from the same place and we hadn't crossed paths yet, funnily enough. I don't know why, because Dublin is so small. But yeah, and we just kind of hit it off straight away creatively. We were kind of in sync. And yeah, we shot that video, and then from there on he started Tracks, the label, and I ended up designing all the vinyl covers and stuff for that, and coming up with the identity of the whole label, the logo and stuff. So he's been an amazing person to work with, because I don't know, we just kind of get each other, So then he came to me with this idea for the AV show for Reconnect, for this album, which is an amazing album. I'm a massive fan of him anyway, His production is crazy, So yeah, and he knows exactly step by step what's happening where, why it's happening there, why this sound is going to correlate with this. It was all in his head already, so I had to just try and grab it out of his head and try and make it happen. So Ian, pretty much Reconnect, the album, is about pretty much reconnecting with himself and kind of pushing away toxic masculinity and what society kind of ingrains in you and stuff like that as a man. So you'll see kind of throughout the performance he goes through this realization, and then kind of through stripping all these layers off him down to the core of who he actually really is. each of the tracks has a specific emotion to them, and it's conveyed in the visuals, in his dance and his movements and kind of jarring like cuts and stuff like that, you know, to kind of make you feel like uncomfortable or, you know, or slowed down, so it's like paced, so you see like his pain and stuff like that in parts. So it's really thought out. We were literally side by side doing this like for a few months like. But I love that he's so involved in every part of it. Like he's a true artist. Ian is like, visually he sees everything, you know, so it's amazing to work with someone like that when they just know exactly what they want.
You founded in 2015 your own company, Goldmoth Media. Why did you decide to start this studio?
I started it just to kind of have a, you know, like an affordable way for artists to go somewhere and maybe get like a music video or like a live show or some sort of thing made up that was realistic for them, because artists are, you know, they're not rich. Giving them the ability to kind of have these things, you know, because I have a lot of friends who are just totally struggling like visually with their live shows and stuff like that, and just like, maybe you could do this, you know. So it was an affordable way it started with my friends, you know, to make stuff for them. And it's kind of just branched out then with like the likes of Ian and different people in Dublin, and also do like design work and website stuff. So it's kind of like, it's aimed towards musicians and producers and electronic artists and stuff like that. And it's kind of giving them packages for their releases and stuff like that. So it's kind of coming up with concepts with them that they, you know, can carry out through their whole work. It's like a common vein going through everything, you know, just like a brand almost, I guess, that they've been imagining this whole time but haven't been able to manifest. So
you have also a music project, right?
I'm a music producer as well under the name Bad Bones, and I'm playing some festivals coming up, and I think sound and visuals come really hand in hand with that. You know, I never release anything without a video or a visual, anything to go with it. So my live sets, I have dancers with me, and I have live visuals for each song I play. I've filmed, effected and everything for each song separately, and I trigger all of those live. And then I have lighting programmed and stuff like that. So it's like, I have an idea, I want some lights. So I get some lights and I figure out how to program them and stuff. So it's really a DIY way of working, because I grew up in like a DIY like scene, a punk scene. And that's the way I've always been. It's like figure it out and do it, you know, and see how it turns out. So yeah, when I go home, I'm working on my live set for Bad Bones for these festivals I have coming up. So there's a lot to do, but it's fun though, it's great. It's really great to be able to do this stuff. Yeah.
Before you told me about the punk scene in Dublin, where it was located, and if you can talk me about that period in your life.
Well, that's South Dublin, Wicklow, where I was from. So there was a punk scene when I was younger. Every week we'd put on shows in this like scout den. It was like used to be used for the scouts. And yeah, we used to put on shows every week and watch each other play, and it was so fun. It was amazing. Great way to grow up, like, and I was in loads of different punk bands. I played drums. Yeah, and then I got into electronic music, which definitely spurred me to go on to do visual stuff.
Why?
It's like when I started to make electronic music, I started seeing things more, you know, like, because when I create music for Bad Bones, I automatically see a video, which is weird. I don't know why. It comes straight away. And then I have to let my brain, it gets tired. If you're doing music and visuals, it's like, oh, tired music, and then it's like, okay, visuals, yeah, and exciting, and then start doing visuals. So it's been working that way. I've just been going like this ever since, you know, so yeah.
I just know you'll be good for me.